This team was the last great gasp for maritime squads in the AHL. They were popular not only across Cape Breton and Nova Scotia, but Canada, States, worldwide. The Cape Breton Oilers had played the AHL when they shifted from Nova Scotia, changed their names from Nova Scotia. Now, the squad was the top minor league affiliate of the Edmonton Oilers of the NHL. The Oilers organization had relocated the team from Halifax in '88 and renamed it for Cape Breton Island, which of course a lot of people know is like the 11th province. Home games were played at Centre 200 in Sydney, and the Oilers organization eventually relocated the team to Ontario in '96 to become the Hamilton Bulldogs. Now, for 8 seasons between '88 and '96, again, they were the top farm squad of the Oilers, which was reflected in their classic logo and uniform design. While the Oilers never finished the regular season atop either division or the league, they did capture the Calder Cup in 1993. Now, Centre 200 was usually rocking all the time, great media coverage, radio, TV. But Centre 200 actually is now the home of the Cape Breton Eagles, a very popular side as well. Now, when the Cape Breton Oilers eventually vacated Nova Scotia for Hamilton in '96 and became the Hamilton Bulldogs, it marked the beginning of the end of AHL hockey in Atlantic Canada for a time. Shortly thereafter, the PEI Senators were suspended and eventually landed in New York as the Bennington Senators. In '99, the Franklin Canadians also moved west to become the Quebec Citadels, later swapping its history with the Bulldogs and eventually ending up in Toronto, Edmonton, and Oklahoma. The St. John Flames suspended operation in 2003 and then departed New Brunswick in 2005, eventually landing in Omaha, Nebraska for 2 seasons before moving to the Quad Cities and then to Abbotsford, BC. The St. John's Maple Leafs were the last to leave the region in this wave, moving from Newfoundland and Labrador to Toronto in 2005 and being renamed the Marlies after, of course, the inaugural junior team, the Marlboros in Toronto. The AHL would not return to Atlantic Canada until 2011 with the St. John's Ice Caps. Now, the Cape Breton Oilers came to major prominence worldwide, actually, as their 92-93 playoffs were one of the most dominant in AHL history. In particular, during the '93 postseason, they had a record of 14-2 and were led by the incomparable Bill McDougall that had tons of points, 52 in 16 playoff games. 14 years later, again, his records for goal, assists, and points still stand, more than 14 years later, of course. Wayne Gretzky, of course, holds the NHL record for 47 points in a postseason. Now, season-by-season results were not too bad. But all the time there, he never won a division title. He finished second twice in 1991 and third in '93. Now, talking about the '93 playoffs, they had never won a playoff series until that '93 season, but he knocked off Frankton in '93, then St. John's and Springfield, and bet Rochester in the finals, again with a 2-0 win over Springfield in the semis. Now, they eventually never won a playoff series again. Single-season records were Dan Curry goals with 57, the great Sean Van Allen with 84 assists in '92, most points Sean, 113 in '92. Penalty minutes, the great Dennis Bonvie, 422 in '95. Goals against average was Mike Greenlay in 1990, 3.38. The Pokemon, Pokey Reddick, best save percentage, 8.99 in '91. Wins was by the great Wayne Cowley in '94, and of course Jason Fitzsimmons has 3 big shutouts in '96. Career goals for the franchise, Dan Curry 219, Sean Van Allen had 307 assists and led all-time 432 points. Bonvie led in penalty minutes with 969. Most goalie wins was Norm Foster, not the playwright, 35. Career shutouts, Jason's 3 in '96 holds up, and career games, of course, 366 by Dan Curry. Now, Cape Breton Oilers alumni who played more than 100 games in Cape Breton and 100 more games in the National Hockey League, inclusive, Greg DeVries, Wade Campbell, Scott Ferguson, Greg Hogwood, Chris Joseph, not Curtis, Francis LaRue, Norm McIver, Roman Oksuda, Shojin Podine, Scott Thornton, Sean Van Allen, Peter White, and Tyler Wright. Now, for a lot of people, the great connection with the the Edmonton Oilers really stands out, because at the time, even though Edmonton didn't win any cup in the 1990s pass, of course, that 1990 season, key players on there included John LeBlanc as well, because John LeBlanc had a outstanding AHL and minor pro career and played a number of seasons in the NHL on part-time duty. But the big one, of course, for a lot of people is his 1990 season, when he had 88 points in 77 games, including 54 goals and 4 goals in 6 playoff games. And of course, he went on to halftime success at Winnipeg, playing between 16 and 20 games a season. But talking about John LeBlanc, his 54 goals were part of his 267 in the AHL, and of course, as the Bull Durham of minor hockey, between the IHL and the AHL, he scored more than 400 regular season and playoff games, with another 25 in the playoffs, and plus his senior total. If you want to find out more about John LeBlanc, I have a podcast on the channel as well. So the Cape Breton Oilers, again, what I do remember is that ATV, CBC, Rogers, all the what's it, Rogers? Oh, anyway, whatever the cable company was, Eastlake maybe. Sorry about that. Cape Breton was very popular on TV and radio, and did a lot of outreach. They're dearly missed by Cape Breton, because there's nothing a Cape Bretoner likes more than hockey. Well, maybe a good fight, a good drink of whiskey. Thanks for listening. Bye.